as they load into the gate. Larry Colmus with the call.
All in line and ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And as expected, Triniberg had a great start. Gemologist is also out quickly. Hansen is in between horses, and Bodemeister is down on the inside. And now Bodemeister's ahead of Triniberg. Bodemeister and Triniberg will lead that charge to the first turn at Churchill Downs. Daddy Longlegs, Hansen. Oh, Hansen's hard to control early. Gemologist is fifth on the outside. I'll Have Another is next. And Calvin Burrell is right on the rail with Take Charge Indy as they move into the turn. And then it's Daddy Knows Best. On the far outside, Liaison, Creative Cause, Optimizer along the rail. Between those two is Dullahan. And then it's Alpha, followed by Saber Cat. Rousing Sermon to the inside. Perspective went the day well. Union Rags is third last early. He is 18th onto the backstretch ahead of Done Talking and the trailer El Padrino. 45-1. Oh, they're flying up the backstretch. And Bodemeister's in front. He's on front by a length and a half. Triniberg on the outside is second by another 2 lengths. Hansen is in third. Take Charge Indy gets that rail trip in fourth as they head for the turn. He's 5 lengths off the lead. Gemologist is next. Then I'll Have Another. Liaison is on the outside. Union Rags is down at the rail. He's in traffic. Union Rags in a lot of trouble on the far turn. He's boxed in. Bodemeister on the lead as they round the far turn. Triniberg is second. Hansen is third. I'll Have Another. Creative Cause moves up on the far outside. But it's Bodemeister at the top of the stretch. And Bodemeister's got a 5-length lead. I'll Have Another on the outside. Now has moved into second. And then down toward the outside, Creative Cause. Bodemeister holding on to the lead. I'll Have Another on the outside is closing in. I'll Have Another collars Bodemeister. Dullahan on the far outside. Here's the wire. I'll Have Another has won the Kentucky Derby. And then it was Bodemeister, Dullahan, and went the day well.
Wow, I'll Have Another. Doug O'Neill accepting the hugs all around. Owned by J. Paul Redham, who is a staunch supporter of thoroughbred racing. This is a horse that won the Santa Anita Derby by a nose after not racing from February 4th when he won the Robert Lewis as a 40-1 shot. Came back in the Santa Anita Derby, won it by a nose. The first win in history for post position 19. 139th Kentucky Derby.
And they're all in line. We are ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Java's War was off to a slow beginning. A good start for Verrazano and Falling Sky. Falling Sky is the early leader. And now it's My Lucky Day. And coming through on the inside is Golden Sense. And Palace Malice is right up there too in the early mix as well. Then it's Oxbow to the inside. Vijack is on the far outside. In behind them comes Longshot Giant Finish. Frack Daddy Extreme outside. Then Will Take Charge. Normandy Invasion rides the rail as they begin that wild scurry into that first turn. And then it's a length farther back to overanalyze. Lines of Battle is right there to the outside of horses. Golden Soul. And then comes Orb, who is third last as they make their way to the backstretch. Ahead of My Lud and Rosie Napravnik. Revolutionary and Calvin Burrell are on the rail in slow starting Java's War. A 45.5 mile. An extremely fast pace set by Palace Malice and Mike Smith, who lead the way up the backstretch. And an unexpected early leader here is Palace Malice. Verrazano is 3 lengths behind, running in second. Vijack, Oxbow, and Gary Stevens are on the rail. And Kevin Krieger has Golden Sense off the pace today. He's fifth as they move for the far turn. The Normandy Invasion, followed by It's My Lucky Day. Down toward the inside is Charming Kitten. After that comes Giant Finish. Nothing yet from Orb. He's still about 15th, but he begins to move up on the far outside. Palace Malice is the leader. He's set a torrid pace so far, and the pack is catching up quickly. Through on the inside is Oxbow, and Normandy Invasion is storming home, and they're into the stretch, and Normandy Invasion has taken the lead on the outside. Orb is coming with giant strides in the center of the track. And here comes Orb on the outside, now to take the lead as they come down to the 16th pole. It is Orb in front from Normandy Invasion, My Loot, and Golden Soul between horses, down to the wire. Orb has won the Kentucky Derby for Shug McGee. It was Golden Soul. Revolutionary came late on the inside, and then it was Normandy Invasion, and it was Orb today in the Derby. His final time was 2 minutes 2.89 seconds. Danza has now been backed out of the starting gate. Goes back in. All in line, ready for the start of the Derby. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. A good start for California Chrome. He broke a bit outwardly. He'll be among the early leaders. Harry's Holiday fires out fast from the inside. There goes Cheetu, and California Chrome is right with them. Uncle Si, California Chrome, and Cheetu will set the pace in the Derby. And then it's Samrat running in third position, and then Vickers in trouble to the inside. Harry's Holiday is hard to control early, and moving up on the far outside of horses is Wildcat Red and Intense Holiday. Then it's Tapiture, Meadow Count, Vince Ramos, and Danza's guided down to the inside part of the track. Wicked Strong is next. Oh, Candy Boy had to steady hard on that turn. Then it's Dance with Fate, We Miss Artie to the inside. Between horses, General A-Rod, Commanding Curve, and Ride on Curlin, who was taken to the back by Calvin Burrell, will be last of them all. As they go to the back stretch, the pace is not fast. They went 47-1 for a half mile, and Uncle Si is the leader. Cheat 2 is second, and California Chrome is now just off of them. Victor Hasbinoza has him well in hand, running in third position, a length and a half off the lead. And then comes Samrat to the outside. Intense Holidays on the far outside, pretty close to the pace. Vickers in trouble, and Rosie Napravnik are down at the rail. Then comes Danza and Tapiture. Now they make their way into the far turn, and it is Uncle Si the leader. Cheat 2 is alongside, and California Chrome is third, just outside the leaders. Samrat is right next to him. The four of them are together. Then Intense Holiday, Tapiture, Metal Count, Danza's right there in contention. Dance with Fate is next, and they're coming to the top of the stretch. And California Chrome makes his move for the lead. It is California Chrome on the outside. Samrat runs at him with the 8 pole. California Chrome is pulling away. California Chrome into the final furlong. He's got a 5-length lead on his competition. It is California Chrome in front. And from the back of the pack on the outside, Commanding Curve is taken second. But California Chrome shines bright in the Kentucky Derby. Commanding Curve was second, and then came Danza in third. The final time, 2 minutes 3.66 seconds.
Derby dreams do come true. One of the
line, we're ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And American Pharaoh broke okay. He's on the outside of horses, and Dortmund is out even better, and Carpe Diem is there, and Firing Lines in the early mix too. It's going to be Dortmund to set the pace here in the Kentucky Derby. Firing Line on the outside is second. American Pharaoh is third to the outside of them. Carpe Diem is right there. Dancing Moon is close and running in between horses. And then Bolo. Mr. Z is after that, and then Ocho, Ten Sender. Upstart is 3 wide as they move into the turn. He's 8 lengths off the lead. Then the World Traveler Mubtahij is down on the inside. It's a Knockout is next. Materiality farther behind than we expected. And then comes Frosted, War Story, Keen Ice and Fremento near the back of the field. And the trailer is far right as they make their way to the backstretch. It is Dortmund in front. He went a half mile in an easy 47 1/5 seconds. Dortmund, the leader up the backstretch, a half a length. And Gary Stevens has Firing Line right in second position. And American Pharaoh will be third up the backstretch. He's 2.5 lengths off of his stablemate. Carpe Diem follows in fourth. Dancing Moon is fifth, and he's 5 lengths off the lead. Then Bolo on the outside of Ocho. Mubtahij is 7 lengths behind. And then it's Mr. Z, Upstart. Ten Sender is after that, and it's a Knockout, and they're rounding the far turn. And Dortmund is the leader. He's on top by a half length, and Firing Line confronts him. And American Pharaoh has come under a ride as Firing Line takes the lead outside of Dortmund. Here comes American Pharaoh. and he sweeps up on the far outside, and they're into the stretch, and it's American Pharaoh who has taken the lead on the outside. In between horses, it's Firing Line. Dortmund is down at the rail as they come into the final furlong. American Pharaoh, Firing Line, not done yet, and these two come into the final 16th. It's American Pharaoh in front, Firing Line. Dortmund is third, Frosted is fourth. Coming to the finish, American Pharaoh and Victor Espinoza have won the Kentucky Derby. Firing Line was second, Dortmund was third, Frosted finished fourth in a final time of 2 minutes 3.02 seconds. Victor Espinoza has won the Kentucky Derby 2 years in a row.